And so the only thing that is going to grant us advantage is to be able to look upon the captains that God has put in place also as watchers, to partner together with them to execute his counsel on the earth. In the book of Jeremiah 3:1, Jeremiah 3:1, which is Jeremiah 31 from verse 6. Jeremiah 31 from verse 6. The Bible speaking says, for there shall be a day that the watchmen upon the mount Ephraim shall cry, arise ye, and let us go up to Zion, unto the Lord our God. These were people that have ostracized themselves from God. They have deviated from the standard of God. Now they live as they please. But there was a prophecy from Jeremiah, the prophet of lamentation. He brings to the people a lamentation that the time is going to come where watchmen among them will advance and say, we are tired of this place that we are. Let us advance further onto Zion. There is a place in fact towards Zion. Not everybody will be willing to go, but the watchmen in the land will first, a time will come, a body will be put upon their heart, and they will be willing to advance onto Zion. And by the time they are willing to advance to Zion, others will follow suit. And most of the time, these watchmen are coming from the tribe of Issachar, because they are the ones that understood times and seasons, and they know what Israel ought to do. The lead in every tribe is referred to as the Issachar. And at every time and every season, God is going to appoint a lead. If everybody is disaligned, one will be aligned. There will be one person within the family that will begin to pick signals from heaven. He doesn't know why. Everybody's lampstand was shut down. But you consistently, your dreams, your visions, your revelation, your intuition, your perception grant you light. Other people may not understand it because you are being approached as a watchman for the moment to advance the people. A time comes when the watchmen will have to arise and cry and say, we have to leave where we are and ascend unto Zion, because it is upon Mount Zion that there has to be deliverance, and it's upon Mount Zion that we can be able to possess our possession. It is upon Mount Zion that we are establishing dominion. Jeremiah 6 again, 17. Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 17. The Bible says, also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. God has always never left us without a witness. Never. There has never been a generation that God left men without a witness. Even in the days of the silence before the New Testamental age, there were prophets that were still giving light, my friends. Not everybody is shut down. In the days when 400 prophets speak the same thing, one like Micaiah, I can say, I was standing with the Lord. I was in a place in the spirit, and I heard there was a council meeting, and I was summoned to be a part of that council meeting. There is always someone that God will set at every time to be able to blow the trumpet, sound the shofar. There will always be someone that God will put at every time, at every season, that can be the watchman in the territory. He may not be known. He may not actually be heard by others. In fact, most times they are more neglected, because in the day the crowd and the multitude go the same way, there are only few that can resist and say, let's go this way. 400 prophets speak the same thing. Only one spoke otherwise. If you were the one, will you have dared to speak otherwise against 400 prophets? 400 prophets are enough for a congregation. And only you now come and say, no, this is what you hear, a different thing. No wonder the prophet received a slap. So when did the Lord begin to speak to you? When did the Lord left me to speak to you? Am I not your father in the Lord? And automatically, when God intends to speak, he beckoned upon the watchmen, because only the watchmen have the current speaking of God. And every other person within the camp was still staged with the old wineskin, and only the watchmen are breathed new things for them to be able to communicate. And in that time, they are despised. Why? Because the people are looking for itching ears and they are about to be led astray. And the Bible said, although the watchmen are sounding, blowing the trumpet, the people say, no, we will not hearken unto it. Because people naturally gravitate towards disobedience. It takes a force to pull them through obedience. And that is the reason why God has to empower his watchmen to guide the people aright, else they will perish. So there is a sound that will be coming from heaven, and that sound we must interpret it. If we can't interpret it, we are not going to understand anything that will happen in the next 5 years, in the next 4 years. The calamity that befall us as a people, we need men that can prepare us ahead of time. Who is going to warn us in the days of battle? Who is going to tell us what is about to happen? We have so many people with the title of prophet, yet again there is no illumination in Israel. So many people with the title of prophet, yet again no illumination within our locality. Who is going to warn us in the days of adversary? Who is going to help us channel and write the operations of God? Isaiah 62 from verse 6. Isaiah chapter 62 from verse 6. The Bible speaking say, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, we shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, we shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Okay, so truly the reason why we cannot be silent is because God has apportioned unto us to become watchmen. The reason why we cannot sleep, the reason why day in day out we find ourselves beckoning upon God, is because there is an apportionment of a mandate upon us as watchmen. There is an ordination upon our head that beckon upon us, which will result to us beckoning upon the Lord, making mention of him at all the time. And let me tell you, if God sets you on duty and you refuse to be obedient in duty, you will not prosper in anything you do. Your prosperity lies in your ordination, and until you are consistent in what God says you should do, you will forever fail. If God has planted you in the church and say, I have set you as a watchman over this church, I have set you as part of the watchmen over the church to intercede, to pray for the territory, pray for the region of Suleja, and you feel not to do it, you may try so many things and they will fail. You wonder why they fail. The genesis of their failure is upon the hinge of the lack of obedience of what God placed you. There was nothing that Saul did that prospered so long as they walk in disobedience. In fact, God hearkened unto sacrifice. The realm of the spirit hearkened nothing but to sacrifice. A king was fighting war with Israel, and because Israel was winning, he was losing. He looked upon the heir to his throne, he picked upon his son that was heir apparent to the throne and killed him. The man may not be righteous. God saw that sacrifice and said, Kai, it is too much. Israel, lose for today, at least for today.